Hello, I'm Brian Kishiyama, and today I'm going to talk about tool number 2, and it's called the SDN Poison Guard tool. Anyway, so a little bit about SDN, which stands for Software Defined Network, and FL, which stands for Federated Learning. So a good way to think about a software defined network is just to think of a network with a master router that controls everything, makes all the decisions, and all the other routers below it turn into switches. A federated learning model it uses an AI algorithm to detect attacks against the system or against a host. So you get individual hosts who have an AI model trying to detect attacks. And what it does, each of the hosts is actually going to send up the data to a central controller or a global model. And so this global model is going to use the information from the clients and combine it to make a better model, because the more data we have, the better AI model we can make. And once it makes a really good model, it sends that model back to all of the clients, and now they have a better model. And it goes through several rounds to keep making a better model. So anyway, what my tool number 2 does, it does defend against the attacks done by clients. So basically, what if a client sends bad data? Because if a client sends bad data, it's going to ruin the global model, and all the other clients, they're not going to be able to defend against any attacks. So I do leverage tool number 1 code from that. So uh, I won't talk about tool 1, but basically what I do is I do have a poison uh, host, and that's going to trigger an attack. And what I did do is enter REST endpoints into my collector .py, and this just collects the stats. And the REST endpoints, that's just so that my host can upload its metrics. And as it goes down and trains the global model, what I want to do is sanitize it or clean the data, remove that bad data. So when we make our global model, we could actually detect all of these incoming threats and remove them. And of course, I do have my standard metrics. So if you need to see some of the data that goes through, I do have that in there. So in my model, I have host number 6. It's going to send some uh, bad metrics, all right? So it's going to go through switch 3. It's going to hit the controller. And when it hits the sanitizer, it's going to do all this statistical calculations, and it'll come up with a z-score. If my z-score is over 1.5, it's going to drop it, and then it's, of course, going to log a security alert. So if I drop it, it's not going to be aggregated into my global model. So that way, when we go out to detect new attacks, it's going to be effective. I do have 3 ways to demo this. If you have Docker, I would say that's probably going to be the easiest way if you want to run my code. I do have Python, so Python should work. I did not test this in every system. I only tested this in Ubuntu 20.04 and Ubuntu 24.04. I did not test it in Windows or Mac. If you have Ubuntu 20.04, you could test a little bit more thoroughly, because that's what I built my Mininet in. So in this part of the video, I'm going to demonstrate tool number 2 using Python. So this is Ubuntu 24.04, and the first thing I'm going to do is clone the repository to my computer. I am going to change into the folder where my files are at. Going to create a virtual environment. Then I am going to install my requirements. Okay, so it looks like my pipeline is in pretty good shape. What I'm going to do is run the demo, and this should run everything, including the poisoning and TAC. So as you could see here, my host number 6 is actually poisoning the model, so it actually gets dropped, right? So after my demo, I do want to train or generate data into my model. And after that, I could launch a poisonous attack and filter it out. So in this case, what happens is that host number 6 actually gets dropped here. So we accept the first 5 clients, and then client 6, because of its Z value, it's over our threshold value, that gets rejected. Because it gets rejected, we still make our global model. Now, in a traditional federated learning model, this will go back and will update the local clients, and they have a better model, and it keeps going back in training. But in this case, I do not do that. Now, if I wanted to show what happens if I don't sanitize the data, meaning it doesn't get rejected, so in this case, we could actually see that this is a really high number, and it does need to be cleaned. So this is actually, I know this is clean, but it actually is not cleaned. In fact, this is a really high number. It should be between 0 and 1. So again, if we cleanse our data or sanitize the data, we actually get 0.5657. If we don't do that and client 6 is successful with poisoning the model, we get a global threshold of 10.2296. And again, it's because our metrics, it should be 0.5855, but what happens is client 6 will multiply that by 100, and that will give client 6 a really high Z-score. All right, I will post some other flags, but this no sanitize is just one of them. And if you want to play around with it, like the data that I generated actually had 6 clients, right? And I would use 6 or more. It will make the attack a little bit viable, such that it should occur where like client 6 will actually get cleansed or sanitized. And this is just like benign traffic. We could adjust this and play around. And this is actually from tool 2, so you don't have to really pay attention to it. I was actually just going to run some good traffic, but I just kept this here. All right, anyway, that's it. And if you have any questions, please let me know.